Hi, this is Evan from WCCF Tech, and the AMD Ryzen CPUs seem to be taking a major blow in the DIY market as Intel Alder Lake CPUs continue to claw away that market share that they've built the last few years. Following our report on the Japanese DIY market share, it looks like Passmark has updated its own desktop market share report where Intel can be seen rising in the ranks thanks to its strong Alder Lake CPU lineup, whereas AMD's Ryzen CPUs have fallen below pre-Ryzen 5000 series levels. In the market share chart, it can be seen that Intel is at its highest since Q1 of 2019, where AMD is at its lowest level after a DIY market dominating spree of almost 4 years. AMD has been gaining market share gradually since the Ryzen 2000 series launch and reached its highest in mid of 2020 when Intel and AMD both had a 50-50 market split, but due to several reasons, AMD's market share has been on the decline since late 2021. According to the chart, the AMD Ryzen market share is back at the same position as it was prior to the launch of their Ryzen 5000 series Zen 3 CPUs. These reasons include poor chip supply, higher price per segment for the Ryzen 5000, no entry-level options, and poor support for the AM4 platform. The BCNR report also confirms that the supply has been the main cause of such a decline. But even still, prices have remained pretty much the same across the board. The AMD Ryzen 5000 CPUs saw impressive sales during the beginning of the launch, but gradually declined since most people who were waiting to upgrade to a new CPU couldn't do so without also upgrading their motherboard. That's one issue that's still under investigation by AMD. With Ryzen 5000, we saw AMD hiking up the price of each segment due to Intel's chips being completely uncompetitive pre-Alder Lake. Ever since the launch of Alder Lake CPUs, Intel has taken a much more competitive approach to its pricing strategy and not only offers attractive value in the entry and mainstream segments with the Core i3 and i5, but also offers options in the sub-200 US segment. That and AMD's upcoming Ryzen 7 5800X3D is also a questionable launch, as we don't even know its official launch date or pricing, despite stating that it's going to come in the spring of 2022. The problem isn't that the chip falls in terms of specs or performance, but the fact that it will be launching just a few months prior to the AM5 Ryzen 7000 series family, and most users would rather get a whole new platform with a brand new chip rather than just get a new chip that will cost a premium over the existing Ryzen 7 5800X. With the imminent hike in wafer prices by TSMC for their 5nm process node, it looks like the Ryzen 7000 series family will also be aiming for the premium segment, but AMD could turn the tide once again as they did with the original Zen CPU family and bring forth a fierce Zen 4 lineup that targets the entire desktop segment. Intel will not go silently into the night, as they also have their 13th generation Raptor Lake CPUs positioned to tackle the next generation of Ryzen in the second half of 2022. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon for more fantastic tech news.